What is up, guys? Wraith here, Gray Bearded Gaming. We are back on Trafton, and we have taken a slight step backwards in terms of trying to force feed myself the shield and then just trying to get some decent safe experience. We are in Greater Feydark at the moment. There's a small bandit camp with 3 little bandits. We've already split them, and I'll show that footage later because that could have been more graceful. While these guys are relatively easy for us at the level, they're still giving us experience. So kind of what we're looking to do here is tack on our level, get 10 all the way in finally, instead of get it then go lose it again. Hopefully pad it a little bit and just sit back for a minute, so to speak, and get a little bit more, safe experience, as it were, to make sure that we're still progressing. I think that we will have a better chance of actually acquiring our shield or any of the the great things out of Crushbone. I feel like I'm kind of beating Crushbone up a little bit, but it is so strong on this side of the world to get in the Crushbone, because on top of the great zone experience modifier that it has, there are quite a few quests in the zone that are pretty sneaky. People forget about them all the time. Of course, the people who are really hardcore into this stuff remember all of them, but the Shiny Brass Shield, on top of being a really good shield for low-level players, you can also take the Shiny Brass Shield and the Bracers of Battle and the Dwarven Ringmail Tunic and turn that into a Screaming Mace, which is a very nice one-handed blunt item that basically procs the equivalent of Yulp. Very awesome weapon, especially for low levels. I want to say that it procs in the teens, I believe. But again, it was a very... Even on my last video, there was even a comment about the Shiny Brass Shield and the Screaming Mace is such a classic combo. But what I've been looking at, honestly, like I said, kind of taking a hair of a step back and looking at, was that we're having so much trouble getting the shield. And the other 2 guys on the checklist that you have to be able to take out, Emperor Crush and the Warlord, are even more exponentially harder than that guy is. So we're going to try to pad a little bit of experience here. I'm hoping that we will pick up 10 relatively easy and decently safe, but I'm hoping that we can do that as well as pad the level some, give us some safety, get a level up or so, then sneak back into kind of, experience mode, maybe try to sneak back into Crushbone. But I wanted to make sure that I took a step back, because I felt like I was falling into the Ahab category of trying to get that shield so much, and I sacrificed so many lives on them. It's one thing to be challenging and to be difficult, but it's another thing to just, for lack of a better way to put it, be slightly out of my league. I'm not very good at tanking that guy yet. I take such a beating that even clerics my size had a hard time keeping me together. But so we're gonna sit here. We're gonna beat these guys up for a little bit. We're gonna hope that we can knock out our level and maybe pad it some at the same time. So we had picked up a couple of belts running out here and there. It's only like 5 of them. Chances are we'll probably try to sell them, just because we're trying to rebuild our bankroll a little bit after buying the bandit, and then we did get a little bit of a bronze armor here. But what we might do is and here's our bandit now. Let's smack her and pull her away. See if we can kind of separate them a little bit, because I fought them all at the same time earlier because I got lucky, and I think only one of them was blue to me. So they come kind of in various levels. But the nice green ones, the last one still did give us experience, but was a super easy kill, which was very handy. Yeah. And not much in the cash department, but free booze. So we're going to try to smack the next one here decently quick. Basically just kind of break up the camp a little bit, but here we go. Then this one's green as well. So we'll bring her out here. Like so. Like I said, mostly just to kind of separate them a little bit. We'll somewhat take our time. But we're going to work on these guys a little bit. We're going to try to pad our experience a little safely and see if we can, move back into doing some of the Crushbone stuff potentially, and working maybe on some of those quests when it's not so difficult for us and we drag people down. But we're going to sit here for a while, so try to catch a little bit of footage of some of the better fights, and hopefully not getting jumped by Black Wolves constantly, and we'll check back in with you guys in a bit. So while we've been sitting out here in one of the oddest places that I thought anybody would ever run by, an enchanter actually rolled by and just dropped us a clarity and augmentation. Now the augmentation we really kind of don't need, but the clarity at the moment will be absolutely stupendous because now we can turn our little session of camping these guys for safe experience also into another spell casting session without worrying about running completely out of mana because we have a clarity. We have a big kid buff, which is just outstanding. Just kind of thought I would jump that in real quick because honestly, it's not like we're forever off the beaten path, but we're not exactly sitting on it either. Was not expecting somebody to run by and give us random buffs. So we will take full advantage of that. Some of our... And we got to bandit up where we're going. Some of our skills of casting wise have been moving along quite well. We're doing pretty good. Like most of our melee skills, at least 1-inch slash and the bash, are doing pretty good. We're doing really good in the abjuration department. Of course, that's not going to stick with augmentation. So some of the skills are moving along. We're still working on alteration, and while it's not horrible, it has been lagging a little bit behind because one, we don't heal obviously for a lot. Here we go. Now we got a nice good bandit to battle. We don't heal for a ton to start with. And we run out of mana so fast doing it that it doesn't kind of stick around. But with clarity on, we will definitely take this opportunity to try to train up some heals in between because we will regen more mana standing here than we normally do sitting down for 10 minutes, which will be outstanding. Mostly just thought I would tack that on. We're going to finish beating this little bandito up. Hopefully before her little friend spawns. Let's back up a little bit. Not like we're too worried about it, but I'd rather not get too beat up if we can help it. We get some more of the nice dark blue ones, we'll move on, like I said, a little bit faster. You know, we're in that kind of weird, takes forever to get between, like where the little bubbles kind of valley in there. But as soon as we break through, I think we'll be moving pretty good. But we're gonna finish this one off, and we will continue to kind of check back in. Like I said, we're gonna be here for the evening. Like I said, just keeping it safe, getting our level, padding it back in. But we'll check back in with you guys here in a little bit. Alright guys, so as you can see, our little bandit camp excursion here has been at least fruitful for the evening. So we picked up level 10. Some of them are still spawning in at nice and dark blue, so we're still able to get some experience rolling, which is nice. You know, it's a little bit slower paced camp. So far we haven't had to worry about being trained anywhere. Occasionally a random wolf will come up and smack us when we're trying to sit down or an orc pawn, but we get up typically one hit and take them out, so it's not a problem. Oddly enough, our little enchanter friend came by a second time and buffed us again with augmentation clarity, and this time he also added ultravision for some reason. But hey, I will take what I can get. It has made the camp that much easier. We've been able, like I said, work on some skill ups. Our alteration is almost all caught up now, and of course now we get to start working on some other skills. But so again, probably not the most exciting of camps out there, but it's also one of those where we don't want to trade in a life and night because we'll be through characters faster than you know what to do with. So, like I said, we did pick up level 10. We're going to sit here for a little while longer tonight. We're going to pad this up a little bit so we don't immediately lose level, you know, if we die. Again, just kind of a nice change of pace after the fast-paced action. You know, we might try our luck with our nice new padded level up in Crushbone and kind of see what happens, or we might look around and kind of check for some other spots. We'll just kind of see how it goes down the road, but I think that's a great spot to call it for tonight. Like I said, I'm going to sit here and keep farming on the little bandits here for a little bit just to pad the level, but Until next time, hope everybody had a great night. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And again, as always, if you're following along with the channel, if you're doing a challenge yourself, what are you guys working on? What kind of characters did you end up with? So everybody have a great night, and we'll see you guys next time.